Welcome back to the Mia Pompey podcast, where everything is always calm, direct, and always real. Before we begin this next chapter, before the conversations get deeper, before new voices enter the room, I want to sit down with you alone first. Because I've been thinking about the things that women carry quietly. The things we feel, the things we notice, the things we survive, the things we adjust to. And most of all, the things women don't say out loud. I think a lot of women walk around and appear fine while privately rebuilding themselves in real time. And the older I get, the more I notice how emotionally exhausted women are from constantly adapting to people, adapting to relationships, adapting to disappointments, adapting to expectations, to versions of ourselves we've already outgrown. And sometimes the hardest part isn't even what happened to you. It's realizing how long you stay disconnected from yourself, trying to keep everyone and everything else comfortable. I really think women notice more than we actually admit. We notice energy, distance, and shifts. We notice tone changes, effort changes, and respect changes. We notice when we're being valued and appreciated. And we definitely notice when we're being tolerated or used. But a lot of women, and I don't know why, were taught to second guess themselves, to stay quiet, to stay agreeable, to not seem to be too much, to not make other people feel uncomfortable. And then one day you wake up and you realize how much you've been putting up with, how much you've been shrinking yourself to make others feel comfortable, and how much you've been putting up with. You realize you've been doing all of this time, just to keep connections that didn't mean anything in the first place. And once you realize this, it changes you. Maybe quietly at first, then all at once it hits you. And we may be angry at ourselves at that time and just don't know what to say or think, but we are angrier with the other person and can't believe what they did to us. And I think that's where most of us are now. We know what to say to ourselves because we realize it. But we're so angry with the other person that words can't even describe what we want to express to them. And then you think to yourself, at this point, do they even realize what they did? That mind space is uncomfortable because now your standards start to change. Your tolerance changes. Your conversations change. What once impressed you or what you admired about a person, it no longer impresses you and you no longer admire them. What once hurt you no longer controls you because you know what? Now you're over it. And suddenly, you start seeing people differently. You don't see them differently because all of a sudden you became cold. You see them differently because now you're aware and you just got over their nonsense. When you finally become aware, you grow and you evolve. But I really don't think women talk about their growth because sometimes it can be lonely, especially when you're changing internally before your life fully reflects it externally. Sure, people around you can still relate to the old version of you, the version of you that over-explained, overgave, and just was so over-accommodating. But once a woman starts reconnecting with herself, both internally and externally, everything changes. The way she speaks changes. The way she chooses changes. And not everyone celebrates your growth, your change, or the way that you've evolved. Not everyone is going to cheer for you. And like my grandmother used to say, not everyone is going to tell you, wash your face, it's dirty. And believe it or not, some people benefit from the version of you that didn't have any boundaries. That's a hard truth. But you know what? It's still the truth. And maybe part of becoming healthier emotionally is learning that not every relationship is supposed to continue at the same level forever. Some people were seasonal. Some people were lessons. Some people only understood the version of you that was struggling because maybe those people couldn't celebrate you. And here's another oldie but goodie. Misery loves company. Life may not be easy, but it's worth it. And you try your best to see people and things much clearer. And maybe that's what the next chapter is really about. Not perfection, not performance. Just clarity and truth. Real conversations, real observations, real life. Because I think women are craving honesty more than ever now. Not filters, not pretending, not even constant positivity. Just honesty. So before we begin our new season, our new chapter next week, before we begin this together, I just want to say, if you've been feeling the shift lately, if you've been outgrowing old patterns, if you've been seeing life differently, you're probably not lost. You're probably growing and evolving. This has been the Mia Pompey Podcast. As always, I thank you for spending your time with me. Until next time, remember, life is not easy, but it's worth it.